first of all, it is 2 games, but every game is important. So we have a lot of things we're going to be able to learn from. We got to start learning and winning at the same time. That's important for us. But we'll be able to learn something from this as well. No question about it. But I thought overall we just didn't produce on early downs the way we did in the first half. We skipped a lot of third down situations in the first half, on the scoring drives, and we had a few third down and longs that we converted in the first half. But then in the second half, when you try to live like that, converting 3rd and 12, 3rd and 13, 3rd and 14, 3rd and 11, it's tough to do that on a consistent basis. So, we'll have to look at what we didn't do as well, in the second half specifically. But at the end of the day, we didn't produce much on early downs, and we found ourselves trying to convert a lot of 3rd and longs.
Going into the locker room, you guys were in control at halftime. Was it their adjustments that maybe caused the problem in the second half? What do you think it was? Or is it just going to be a film?
They did a few things differently in the second half. I'd say most teams would do that, if they're trailing at halftime like that. They did a few things differently in the second half. I think at the end of the day, I think you have to learn how to handle, success, like we had in the first half, and or failure if that's you on the other end of the spectrum, if you're behind. So, we certainly, and that starts with me. So I got to do a better job of getting our team able to handle, a lead just as much as we were able to try to fight back last week from a deficit, So, we're learning, and we got to learn quick, and we got to start, like I said, producing some victories here along the way.
Josh, it looked like after the review at the end of the game, the Cardinals player might have dropped the ball for the end zone or not. What was kind of the explanation from the refs on that play?
I didn't get an explanation on that. I just, they made the calls, so I have no complaints about anything that happened. They made a good play, and obviously they scooped it and scored. So, I'm never going to complain about what they say. Mm-hmm.
Coach, LT was TG Sports. I know a lot of times the old used to be, establish the run, get the pass, and vice versa. But because you have so many new weapons on your team, is it kind of hard, figure out, okay, is the running game going the way you kind of like it and everything, or are you more concerned about the passing game getting more efficient?
I think at this point in the season, we're just trying to improve everything, honestly. I thought we did a decent job in the first half of, Josh really ran hard. I thought he did a good job of creating some opportunities for himself when things were, kind of muddled there in the middle. But, they're a good defense, and they're fast and physical, and they deserve some credit for that too. But, look, at the end of the day, we have to be produce no matter what, the defense is doing, whether we're running it or throwing it, So, they chose to take Devontae away a little bit more, certainly than last week, than the Chargers did. And that forced the ball to some other people. And you saw Mack have some success, and Hunter and Darren. So, the defense, like I said before, they get a vote, and, whatever they choose to do, we got to be able to produce against it.
Derek Carr had a rough week last week. Had a real proficient first half, was making some good passes, as you said, converting 3rd and longs. In the second half, it looked like a completely different player. Any idea what changed with him and his rhythm? And
nothing with Derek. Derek played fine. We got to do better around him in the second half. To put the quarterback in a 3rd and long situation and ask him to overcome it on his own, certainly isn't a good formula for success. So I thought Derek played a good football game today. We got to do more to help, those situations in the second half than what we did. In the first half, we played the game basically the way we wanted to, ahead on the down and distance, and, we were more aggressive. We could be more aggressive because of the down and distance was in our favor, but we lost control of that a little bit in the second half for sure.
Josh, you talked a little bit about learning how to finish games. Obviously, the team showed that they were capable of performing in the first half. Do you think it's more of a mental thing when it comes to that part of the game?
No, I think our team, like I said, we've got a lot of veteran players that have won a lot of games, and it just, the reality of the National Football League is the game is never over until it's over. And, they have good coaches and good players, and they're going to continue to fight and play. And we did the same thing last week. We were behind, and we kind of try to catch up. I thought that was a theme this week in the NFL. It seemed like there's a lot of people that were behind and then came back and won. So, you got to learn to play with a lead. You got to learn to play when you're behind, and it's not the same feeling on the sideline. But you can't relax and hope that we have enough. You know what I mean? And I didn't sense that we were like that at halftime, but we certainly didn't coach and play as well as we could have and should have in the second half to try to put it away.
Like you just said, you have a lot of veteran players that have won a lot of games, as well as a lot of players from last year's team that went through a lot to overcome what they did. Does it put you a little bit more at ease knowing you have a lot of guys on your team that know how to play under adversity and play better under adversity?
I love our team. I mean, I have a lot of confidence in them. I love their spirit, the way they work, how competitive they are, the way they practice. I have no doubts about the way our team will respond to this. They had a great week of practice and preparation. So this is, like I said, starts with me. I got to do a better job of helping us to finish these kind of things out if you get ahead. And that's what we're going to work hard to do as we go forward.
All set?
Good to go? Okay.
Thanks. All righty, let's go.
Derek, Coach just came in and talked about the team needing to learn to win. It wasn't on you. It's things around you. That I know that doesn't make you feel better, but can you go in to a tale of two halves, dominant in the first, not in the second, please?
Yeah, absolutely. And I agree with Coach. We have to learn how to win, and it starts with me, and it always will. And I think, for the execution that we had in the first half, we did not execute each play with the detail I think that we should have, the way that we did in the first half. Just one thing here, one thing there, and it looks like a bad play, and we're this close to having another good half. There was a couple times, looking for someone downfield or this or that, and one thing messes up, and that's a bad play, And so it goes back to what Coach says, do our job, and no matter what the score is, if you just do your job at the end, it'll take care of itself. I'm sure when we watch the film, it'll be like, over and over again, that'll be a theme.
Derek, offensively in particular, you all drove into their territory. Your first 4 drives obviously jumped out to the 20-0 lead. What changed for you all offensively in the second half?
I think it goes exactly back, not to repeat myself, not in a bad way, but I really think if we go back, when we go back and watch it tomorrow, we're going to see, this play or that play and this play and that play. It's just one thing, one detail that we talk about over and over again, and if we would just do right, all the time, that's easier said than done. It takes years, it takes time, it takes all that kind of stuff to do it, but that's the demand, that's what it is, and so we're gonna watch it, and it's gonna be hard for some guys. It's gonna be hard for everybody, last week was hard for me to watch, and but the more that we can take it, again, me, I'm optimistic. This crap ain't over, We feel crappy right now, but, we are still a good football team. And so making sure we keep that mindset, not, oh, no, it's over. I mean, I've been doing this a while, man. And, I know we got good guys that work hard and care, so I know that we can pull ourselves out of it. But it's going to take us doing it the right way.
Right in front of you, LT was TG Sports. From a quarterback perspective, when drives are on the line, is it much easier for the running game to get going or the passing game, or is it based upon what the defense allow you to do?
Yeah, sometimes they can load a box. It's hard to run those plays. That's going to take 9 guys on the same page, right? Same thing in the pass game. If they want to, empty it out, make a light box, you hope to be able to run those and run them efficiently and all that kind of stuff. And Josh has such a great feel for the game. I really enjoy his communication with me during the game because he sees that and he sees all those things. And he's got a beautiful mind, man. He's super smart, and it's fun to play for him because he has a good feel for all that stuff. Yeah.
Derek, when the team took the field in overtime, I believe you guys had been off the field for close to 30 minutes. Two-part question. How did you feel when you took the field in overtime, and do you feel like that long, lengthy time on the sideline had anything to do with the offensive kind of being stagnant in that last drive?
I'm not sure. I definitely started to get cold, so I got up and I just kept warming up. There was a couple times, I had to get up and warm up, throw, and just to make sure you're ready. Even when they're reviewing the 2-point, and you can't sit there and hope that it's incomplete. You got to get ready to play, And then if it's incomplete, it's incomplete, And so I just try to keep that mindset. This is stuff I've learned over the years, just personally, just always staying ready for. You don't want to ever think like what's worse, but you have to be ready for the game, And so. I don't know. I thought we went down. We hit a couple nice run. We hit Hunter. We were moving it down there, getting into Daniels' range, and I thought we had a chance, man. And it's just hard the way that it went at the end.
Derek, something that Coach McDaniels mentioned was having to learn and also win at the same time.
Yeah.
What goes into improving during the season? You only have so much time in between games, and it's kind of all condensed.
Yeah, just as a pro, we're going to get corrected. Everyone tomorrow in the NFL is going to get corrected, no matter how good or bad it went for somebody, right? And what I've learned is you have to take it, and like I say, you don't just write it down like, okay, got it, yes sir. Like you have to take exactly what they're saying and do it in practice, And if you can do that over time, you get better, From where I was my rookie year to where I'm at now, I've trusted that process, and I feel like a better player now than I was then. I can understand more accurate, this, that, whatever it is, But I think that goes for any player, any position. You have to be able to take it, and it's not personal, You can't take it personal. Like coach is just trying to help the team, help us, get better. And if you can take that and do it in practice, I think that's where the improvement comes. So do I think we can improve? Absolutely, I think we can. In fact, I know we can, but we have to do that when it comes to practice on Wednesday.
You guys all set? Okay.
Good. Thank you all.